Hey everyone, I'm currently working on a pretty long video, and I thought I could use a break and go watch a new horror movie. Well, stop motion looks pretty good. Maybe I could watch that. Oh, it's not playing anywhere near me. Well, I guess the only other option is Imaginary, another PG-13 Blumhouse horror movie from the director of Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island. What could go wrong?
I hope that they're entertained and that they enjoy it.
Oops. Where did this movie even come from? What is it? What is that? Now, in all honesty, I didn't want to just hate watch the film. Call me naive, but I had hope that this could perhaps be a little entertaining. Granted, Blumhouse has been producing some real stinkers recently, but, you know, they used to do good stuff. I hadn't lost all hope. And then I watched the film, and oh my god, I thought for sure Night Swim would be the worst horror film of the year, but I think we have a new winner here. Oh, where to even begin with Imaginary? Well, for one, it's just yet another hodgepodge of other better horror movies all put into one. We got The Conjuring hide and seek scene, except in this one nothing happens. We got a kid befriending a creepy toy, kinda like Child's Play and Megan. We have something very similar to The Further from Insidious, mixed with Beetlejuice, I guess. We get a monster that looks a lot like the Boogeyman from last year, and there's a little bit of Annabelle in there. And also the soundtrack is pretty much identical to the Home Alone theme. I mean, is it just me? I mean, don't tell me it's just my imagination. And then on top of that, grab your list of generic horror movie tropes, and it's a bingo, we got 'em all. Family moves into a new house with a demon in it? Check. Main character's mommy died and she's traumatized? Check. Little kid talks to her demon friend and acts all creepy? Check. Bland teenage girl character acts like a total bitch and just wants to date boys? Check. An older character shows up only for the purpose of barfing up a bunch of exposition about the lore and backstory of the demon? Check.
Bagul.
Sequel bait? That's a check.
Chauncey is real and he is out for vengeance.
And last but not least, don't forget our good friends, fake jump scares. No, not just one, not even two. There's like 5 different fake jump scares in this movie, and they almost always play out the exact same way. Somebody walks in and, oh my god, it's a little child. That was so scary. Okay, let's keep doing that for an hour. Other than that, Imaginary was so incredibly boring. Not a slow burn. Just boring. There's almost no horror scenes in this horror movie. Seriously, it's just the kid talking to her imaginary friend for the vast majority of the runtime, and then some spooky stuff happens at the very end. This scene here from the trailer is basically the only horror set piece I can remember in this film, and it happens in like the last 10 minutes of the film. And they entirely showed it in the trailer, because that's the only decent stuff they could show. The only other scare I can think of is when this boyfriend character goes upstairs and he gets spooked by the bear, and it ends with a loud jump scare and a giant CGI monster teddy bear. And when that happened, everyone in the theater laughed. I was so embarrassed for the movie. Now, something else we gotta talk about, the dialogue. Oh my god. Remember how Madam Web had some of the worst dialogue from a motion picture ever? Well, Imaginary is right up there. I'm not even close to kidding. Just some truly awful generic dialogue. My eyes hurt from rolling so much. One of the worst things you can do as a screenwriter is to treat your audience like idiots. And that's what Imaginary does, constantly. Anything anybody says is stuff the audience has already figured out. Oh my god, my dad was not a bad person. He was just protecting me this whole time. Yeah, we know. We figured it out. Thanks. He actually sacrificed everything for me. Yeah, we got it. But at the cost of his own sanity. Oh my god, we get it. Stop. Perhaps the screenwriter is dyslexic and thought the saying was, tell, don't show. That would explain a lot, because probably 80% of the dialogue in this movie is just exposition. The main character's boyfriend is there in the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then he leaves, and we actually never see him again, which is pretty funny. He didn't matter at all, and the only reason he's there is so he can tell the audience everything they need to know about the protagonist. You wrote a book, you're a writer, we're going to move into your childhood home. You left that home when you were 5 years old. Your mom is dead. Oh, thanks for the info. Oh, now you're leaving the movie forever? We're never gonna see you again? Okay, great. That's great writing. You know, this might be a hot take, but I truly believe that this was worse than Night Swim. There, I said it. I can at least remember stuff from Night Swim. The Marco Polo scene, that was kinda fun. The ghosts in the bottomless pool at the end, kinda cool. Creepy imagery. The possessed dad overacting like crazy and throwing awful one-liners, that was hilarious.
Marco, you're supposed to say polo!
I would 1000% watch that movie again over Imaginary. Anytime. So to end on a positive note, somehow, I guess I'll say this. The lead actress is actually giving it her all, so bravo. She is going through that awful dialogue and truly doing the best job she possibly can. And also the climax takes place in this imaginary world, and although I feel like they didn't do much with it, there was much more potential than what they ended up doing, it was at least a little bit original, so I'll give it that. But yeah, all in all, this was another level of bad. I truly think we've found the worst horror movie of the year. I do not see how it could get worse than this.
I hope that they're entertained and that they enjoy it.
I'm gonna give Imaginary a 2 out of 10. Yeah, it hasn't been a great year for horror so far, but I'm sure the best is yet to come. Things can only go up. And on that note, keep watching horror movies. It's good for your health. Bye-bye.